first episode of a brand new channel called The Sailing Gardener. I'm a gardener without a garden, sailing through the Pacific Islands, checking out the fruit, the vegetables, the plants, the flowers. It's going to be so exciting, and you're very welcome to join me on this amazing journey. In this episode, I check out the beautiful plants in the lodge where I stay on arriving in Tahiti, and I, with my husband, start to clean our boat so that we can move aboard. This is the beginning of a great adventure. Welcome aboard. I was greeted by a lovely tropical breakfast on my first morning in Tahiti. Fresh pineapple, pamplemousse and pawpaw, and the traditional French stick or baguette with local spreads. As we had arrived after midnight in Fa'a Airport, a relaxed morning was in order. I took in the surrounding views and the distant island of Moorea. Some light reading in between naps filled the first morning. Later in the afternoon, we journeyed to our lodge, where we had stayed on a previous visit. This lodge is near the marina where our boat is berthed. The familiar white rabbit, along with the hen and her chicks, were present as we arrived. Outside my room, I noticed a small tree that presented small yellow flowers. On going up close to this tree and smelling the flowers, they had the most beautiful scent. You couldn't smell it from a distance, you had to go right up close. The little delicate flowers really reminded me of the Tahitian flower tiare, but on consulting my plant app, I decided it must be a Gardenia carinata. You can find this shrub in Malaysia and Indonesia. The flower is just so delicate and pretty. It starts off as a white bud, and then slowly over the days it turns a beautiful orangey gold before falling off. Breakfasts were an early affair before the heat of the day set in. Then we hopped on our trusty bikes provided by the lodge and headed to the marina. Of course, on the way, I found plants that really interested me, such as this lovely hedge with the pretty flowers. I believe this shrub is a West Indian jasmine or an ixora. It's a really popular shrub here in Tahiti, and the clusters of flowers really remind me of the hydrangea bush. I even discovered it grows in a different color, and there were yellow ones as well. Well, that was enough plants for the morning. It was time to do some work on the boat down at the marina. Tropical conditions cause mold to grow at a very alarmingly fast rate. So while the captain worked on technical things that were very important, I was busy outside scrubbing mold off all sorts of things. Taking in my new surroundings is fascinating. The water is always alive and moving, with life beneath it. Back at the lodge, I kept exploring the plants. The white bunny kept showing up, and I discovered the most delicate, beautiful flowers with a lovely purple color and super long stems. Back down at the marina, I went for a walk to discover what other beautiful flowers were around in that space. and I have found that there are beautiful hibiscus. This hibiscus was a lovely pale peach colour. Its throat had a contrasting red piece which really stood out and made it just look so stunning. I got in really close and I actually managed to pick one of these beautiful hibiscus and take it back to my boat. I've discovered that these hibiscus blooms only last a day in the vase before closing up and dying. I have noticed the red hibiscus bush is the most popular around Taravao where I am, and in Tahiti as a clipped bush on traffic islands or on the side of the road. It's a pretty flower and I've picked it many times and put it on the boat. Well, this brings me to the end of the first episode of The Sailing Gardener. In the next episode, I will be moving on board and the boat comes out of the water, which is very exciting. If you've enjoyed this video, push the subscribe button and give us a like, and keep looking out for some more videos in the near future. That's all for now. Till next time.